Hi, I'm Grace Sampson, and for my project I did the detection of Staphylococcus aureus prevalence in Quad Cities Genesis hospitals. I don't have a lot of experience in the microbiology field as I'm in 9th grade this year, so this was a really fun project where I got to explore growing cultures and then analyzing them. The purpose of my experiment was both to identify where Staphylococcus aureus was found in the Genesis hospitals and which locations had the most concentration of Staphylococcus. I had a lot of background information to do simply because I don't have a lot of experience in the field. And as far as Staphylococcus aureus goes, it appears in round clusters when displayed under a light microscope, and they multiply very quickly at room temperature. Staphylococcus symptoms include kind of like your common cold, a runny nose, a cough, things like that. And 30% of healthy adults carry it in their nose without even knowing, and these percentages just go up when inside hospitals. After doing some background research, I hypothesized that because Staphylococcus aureus spreads easily through hand-to-hand contact, hospitals with patients or visitors carrying the bacteria will have a higher concentration of Staphylococcus, and in addition, the areas exhibiting the most contact will display the highest levels of the bacteria. For my materials and methods, I grew the cultures in a standardized nutrient agar tray. I didn't create my own agar. I simply purchased it online from a fairly reputable source that's known for supplying science supplies to high school students. And I swabbed dry locations with sterilized swabs with water, simply because dry surfaces do better when swabbed with a wet, damp swab. After my bacteria had grown, which took about 3 days because I was using a furnace over an incubator. If I could switch one thing, it'd probably be using an incubator over a furnace. But once the bacteria did come in, I ran them through the Gram staining method, which is staining, rinsing, and then counter staining. And since this is a gram-positive bacteria, any of the Staphylococcus absorbed the violet stain, which was very interesting to me. So for my results, I found that the presence of bacteria was very varied. There was a lot of different variables that went into my testing over the 4 weeks that I went to the Genesis hospitals. It all really depends on if the locations had been previously sterilized or cleaned before I went in, or if maybe a patient or visitor had come in and ran their hand along the handrail, and that spreads more bacteria. So the presence of bacteria was fairly varied, as there was no common trend. This differed from when I tested for gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria were found more commonly on walls, handrails, and elevator buttons, simply because gram-positive bacteria does better with physical disturbances, and it also does better on dry surfaces. Gram-negative bacteria are a little bit more sensitive to those things. For the presence of Staphylococcus aureus, I found that it was very commonly found on the walls, which didn't align with my hypothesis completely, as I thought it would be on the areas that experienced a lot of physical contact and touching. After more research and deliberation, I found that Staphylococcus actually spreads through the air as well and through breathing in and out. Therefore, it could thrive on walls, which was really interesting. And then the combination of gram-positive bacteria being able to live on dry surfaces. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.